This will be a quick and dirty assembly and articulation video for the Tron Gustaff. It's a file that I uploaded on Cults under my username duck025. That's DUQ025. Let's get started. All right, so let's start with the upper body. There is a limited opening here, so there is going to be a bit of a difficulty with the real estate, but hopefully it shouldn't be that hard. So here is the seat. It has two holes here, which just slots onto those pegs. So let's start with that first. Angle it to put it in, and once you have it in, just finagle it until you are able to plug it into the pegs. Next, we have the control panel, which I've split in half to make it easier to plug it in. Just put in the panels here, so one half and then the other half. It would be best for you to actually glue it on just to make sure that it does not fall apart, but for the most part it's tight enough that even without glue it should actually stick together. And lastly, we have the skull emblem, which you just put it into the notch right here. Try to make sure that it lines up with the quote-unquote mouse lines here that, before you push it completely in, just for aesthetic purposes. And once you have it in, it's best to color this black, mouse black, same here, just to match the actual game version. So for the arm assembly, this is the completed left arm, which is for the most part the same as the right arm. Only difference is that it uses a gun arm, which you just plug the gun into the forearm part. Aside from that, all the other assembly instructions will match the right hand. So let's start off with the shoulder. You put it in the two shoulder buttons, one for the front, one for the back. You put the sleeve. From there, we make the upper arm, lower arm, and the elbow joint. There are some notches here which will hopefully, I don't think it really shows, but there's notches here and here, which will hopefully prevent drooping in the future. Or if it does droop, should be an easy enough replacement by just printing out those two pieces. So you'll have the upper arm connect to the sleeve. The lower arm will connect to the right forearm. From there, you have a wrist joint, which just slots into the hole. And you can put either the drill or the Gustaff right arm, rather good right hand. And now for the lower body. This is the completed left leg. So we start with the foot and the toe. So the toe itself has an angle here to match the angle on the foot. You grab the shin, which we just plug in here. You grab the thigh, waist, just connects to the thigh here, and done. That is the lower body. And now that all the parts are assembled, let's put them all together. So let's start with the upper body. Just connect it to the lower body. Then the right arm, left arm, and done. As for articulation, the elbow can turn 90 degrees. The entire arm can actually go 360, has some in and out. Same thing applies with the left hand. Body can twist 360 like it does in the game. Thighs go up, down. You can actually move this if you want to move, do like a kicking pose, I guess. Yeah. The feet can actually also spin if you want to angle it a different way. So yeah. So aside from that, as mentioned earlier, during the upper body assembly, you'll want to have the eyes black, the mouth lines black as well. The knuckles should have silver, basically on your joints, here, and here, just to match the actual in-game art. I guess the guns as well. You'll want to have the insides be black as well. So that's pretty much it. And for those wondering, so I left V1 versions of certain body parts on the file. So for those that actually would prefer the V1, they have that option. The main difference between the V1 and V2s are the upper body is more quote-unquote cup shape compared to the more spherical version of the V2. Because of that, the opening at the top is much larger. The control panel is one solid piece compared to the split part for the V2. V2 is pretty much more significantly more game accurate. So depending on whether or not you prefer game accuracy or a little more real estate, you can choose between the two. The feet themselves are also much smaller on the V1. I'll be honest in saying that I'm not really sure how I missed the game art showing that they should be significantly larger like these. But for those that actually prefer them, they're an option as well. The toes themselves are much longer and more rectangular compared to the V2's more game accurate, quote-unquote square-ish and smaller toes. That's pretty much the only difference between them. But if you do decide that you prefer the V1 versions, they are available on the cost file as well. For size comparisons, here is the Storm Arena Alpha Ryu, the Jada Toys Akuma from Street Fighter 2, and the Jada Toys Mega Man, which are all 1/12 scale.